should get kicking. How cold is it up there right now?
27,
With the wind
snowing.
chill, it's way colder though.
Oh, way
Yeah,
colder.
in the teens.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get my mic off. I mean my speaker. There we go. Don't want to echo again, do I?
Don't want that.
That was funny last time because I was talking about whatever, and then I wasn't looking at y'all, but when I looked over, both of y'all's faces told me something was wrong. Like y'all are just like
Oh, dude, it was an echo on an echo on an echo. It was bad.
Sammy goes, that wasn't good. So yeah, there's an echo or something. I was
I
like,
think I
oh,
used the word disaster.
is it you did? Yeah.
I think I said disaster.
Which is very, it was on point. It's on point if we're being honest. I wonder if Rob is gonna drop in real quick. We don't there's still not some people here, so we can wait for a second and then wait for Rob and then get going. Or we can just say screw it. It sounded like he was gonna be quick, so
He sounds like he's gonna be here.
Got
so
your
how
coconut water, Sam? Drink a
Cheers,
little,
Lance.
yeah, drink a little coconut water myself. Cheers,
I'm a
Cheers.
cheers.
coconut
We
water
got him together
drinker.
earlier.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's kind of a weird taste, but a good taste at the same time. So,
I've gotten used to it. I love the taste now. It's it's
yeah,
it's it's like drinking a whatever. I guess soda drinkers probably think when I crack a coconut water, it's a treat.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. They are good and good for you.
Yep.
Way better than drinking Gatorade if you're an athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
You
red
know,
40 doesn't seem to do the trick to hydrate you.
it doesn't. At the beginning, like hearing that, like this was years ago, even before I was really down the rabbit hole, just hearing how horrible it actually is for you, like blew my mind. I'm like, because I didn't understand the money grab of it at the time. I was still pretty young, but it just blew my mind. Like, why would it, I couldn't compute. It didn't compute. Like, why would they do that? Like, why would they,
Well, it's
make
another
it,
thing that started off good.
yeah, you're
It
right.
was it
Yeah.
was allegedly the team's aid. It was Gator's
Yep.
aid.
Yep.
That's where it all stemmed from. But it didn't have corn syrup and I think it has corn syrup. Yeah, I believe it does. High fructose corn syrup.
I'm sure.
But it didn't
Like
start
everything.
like that. Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of this stuff started off good, and then it got tainted by the bad, evil
It
crap.
got bought out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at the lightning bolt on it.
Yeah. Right. Tells you right there, huh?
Lance, we should do a special called "Leave It to Lance" because you're always picking up on this stuff before us.
He's
Leave it to Lance.
he's good. He's good at it. We got some good ones with that in here for sure. The stuff we miss, another person probably sees.
Oh, we all see something different. We all
Absolutely.
we all see the same things, but we see it from different perspectives, and that's why this works so well.
It,
Yep.
it does. There he is, dude.
What up, guys?
Batman.
How we
What's
doing?
up, bro?
How
How's
you
it
I
doing?
going?
I
Oh,
think the
that'll
yeah,
get people talking in the comment section that you're hanging behind you.
You like that? Well, you see what's holding it up there?
dude.
Yeah, a square.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's
Uh,
menacing.
yeah.
Get
You
it
get it?
away.
You
Get it
guys
away.
get
yeah,
it? You get it yet?
I see what
Yeah.
you're doing here. Isn't
Yeah.
that funny
You
what I
picking up? You
sent?
picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
that funny what I sent y'all? My dad's like when he was in like junior high, his like
This is
traffic
my
badge.
actual square. I use this for work, by the way, every day.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure you do. Oh
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You see that? That's fresh. That's fresh PL and caulking right on it. You can see it,
That's an award from the Masonic.
right?
Is that a
Uh,
trophy, Rob?
yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I won best Mason of the year.
Oh man.
This is gonna
Oh
be a spicy
man.
one.
Here he
Yeah, it's gonna be a
goes.
spicy one, buddy.
Here he goes. I should have got my dad's badge back here. It's the junior police badge, right? Just a
Yeah, yeah.
triangle. And somebody said, "Oh yeah, like oh, it was a Masonic video that I was doing."
No,
He was
I
like, "Yeah,
just feel insulted, dude. I
yeah,
feel insulted. You know what I mean? Like no
yeah,
one's,
right."
no one's accused me
No
yet.
one
Sorry.
cares about you being one.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like no one's accused me. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's
No,
funny you
it's all
say
right.
that. I screenshotted it half asleep this morning, but or this AM. Somebody commented saying, "Where's the real Sam? How come he hasn't been posting anything on politics recently? This is not the real Sam." And I'm like, dude, what the hell? I think
What
I
does
made
that
it.
mean? What does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't
You
know. I
got
haven't.
cloned. You got
Yeah,
cloned, dude.
You got
I'm,
cloned. That's what
Yeah,
I was thinking the first.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Beep boop 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 beep.
It's all preposterous. It's
Yeah,
preposterous.
we're your handlers.
All right, I
All
gotta take
three
this
of us.
down.
yeah.
I gotta take
All
this.
three of
Hey,
us are.
yeah.
That's great. All right, well, I'll go ahead and kick it off. There's not anybody in the chat, but it'll be recorded, so people have been tuning in, even just the recording, you know what I mean? So it's really nice to have some reoccurring people, and we know a couple of them, but like there's been
Mhm.
some new faces, new names that I've seen that have popped in. Your live last night, Sammy, was really good. It stayed up in 30s, 40s the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
no, we did a good job. Thank you guys. That was
y-
fun last.
yeah,
Mhm.
anytime, and everybody was so interactive too. That's the best. That's the best part. It's
Mhm.
hard to keep up with that, but people were talking. Okay, what's up? Wonder why you thought that?
I
I
love the
said
names,
that's
dude.
so white.
We
Wondered why you
I
thought
want to
that.
give best username awards for all
Yeah,
these lives. You know what
right.
I
There
mean?
are some good ones out
Yeah,
there.
there are for sure.
Welcome to the Luminary Lounge. I got the bros here. Vibe with your tribe. This is probably somewhere up to, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 that we've done from the beginning. Wouldn't y'all say? Somewhere around there. It's got to be.
At
Yeah,
least.
Um,
Yeah.
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 I would think even more probably.
Get
Okay.
more probably.
It
Yeah.
might be. It might be. But the third live, I do know that. And these lives have been a lot of fun. They've gotten better and better, I will say. Um, and yeah, thank y'all for being here. I wanted to go ahead and drop the merch. Here's a long sleeve right here. It's a let me see if I can. Oh,
It, oh,
oh, oh,
No, you have the
oh.
same problem I had, dude. You got to
oh,
show your background off for a minute.
Yeah.
it's the green
Yeah, you
screen.
Anyways,
should. You
it's a
should.
giant it's a giant article.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to see
just
the merch. That looks
J-
awesome, man.
just go to the link tree on any of my social platforms and go to the Luminary Lighthouse merch area and grab you one. I actually went yesterday, um no, Friday, for my son's birthday. We went to the Children's Museum and my wife sported one of them with it's like a flying saucer article. I was so proud. And
Nice.
then today I did when we went out and about, but haven't
It's
gotten
awesome.
anybody to ask any questions yet, but I know it's coming. I know it's
Hmm.
coming. Or call me an idiot. Either one, It might be it
It
might
might
be
be
either
that
one.
first.
We
Yeah,
gotta
it might
we
be
gotta
that
we
first.
gotta come up with some on our own. I think like that that little promo I did, like a Puckwudgie driving an orphan train or
Dude,
something. You know
please.
what I'm
That was
saying?
great.
We're
Yeah.
gonna have
Like,
to do that. Like
you know
we
what I
we
mean?
we should start earlier than later. Yeah. And
Hmm.
because we could think of some pretty
And
obviously some pretty
Oh
weird
yeah.
shit.
Hmm.
Yeah. Any other ideas that y'all have out there, please let us know. But we'll get started. Lance, you want to drop your info?
Yeah, I'm Lance from Upstate. Lance a lot. You can find me on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Been vibing with the tribe here for a bit, and I appreciate you, Logan. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, bud. Anybody else?
go ahead, Batman.
All right, what's up, guys? I'm Batman Rob, 25 now, as of recently, thanks to a little advice. I've been thinking about changing the name for a little bit because it gets confusing. Everybody fucks it up all the time. So, um, Batman Rob, 25. I'm on TikTok and YouTube as well as Facebook. I do a lot of boots on the ground, investigating research on buildings and takes me in, down a lot of deep rabbit holes, which we discuss on this show. So,
Yes, you do. Y'all all do. Sammy, what's up?
Hey guys, I'm Sammy the Kid with Food Shelter Water on YouTube, nomadsoldierarmy.com. I met Logan and Batman recently. I think this is either fourth or fifth episode with you
Somewhere around
guys.
there. Yeah.
So I hopped on the bandwagon a little bit late here, but I'm really happy to be here, guys. Every weekend it seems like we get a better episode, and it's awesome stuff. We're all very passionate about what we're into here.
Yeah, you're not on the bandwagon. You are the wagon, brother. We're the
yeah,
wagon
bro.
here. Yeah.
Wait,
It really is nice to connect. And last night I was on Sammy's live and he had a great audience. Hopefully some of your people came over to this. We'll see here in a little bit. But yeah, very interactive that's what we want. It's hard to keep up with everybody, with what they're
Mhm.
saying and this and that respond. But yeah, I mean, it didn't sit still at all the whole time. It was just, flooded. So that was a good conversation. Let's start with what y'all were just doing today, Sammy and Lance. Like you know, go through it's a Green Ridge Cemetery. And where's Saratoga comparatively to the state?
So it'd be considered in the capital region,
Okay.
Saratoga Springs. Now, Saratoga Springs is,
Oh,
yeah, buddy.
yeah, the
It's very,
Springs. Yeah.
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 It was very important because it had all the healing springs,
Yes.
and they really fought to steal that piece of land. Let me just tell you. But
Okay.
Sammy and I were hanging out today, and we were looking for a place to go, and we ended up finding the cemetery. Now, I've gone live in the city of Saratoga several times and filmed a bunch of stuff there. Didn't even know the cemetery existed. So Sammy and we pull into this place, and Rob, I sent you a little video earlier in the group chat with the Ames family obelisk.
Oh
That thing
yeah, yeah,
just
yep.
blew my mind considering we were just in Easton talking about the Ames family. But it's on a mound. Like the old section of the cemetery is literally all mounded up. There's a bunch of tombs. There's a bunch of stuff all around it, and I mean it was icy. It was a cold and icy day out there. I got out of the truck and literally face planted. But
Nice.
well, we had a great time out there, and Sammy filmed some really cool stuff. So he'll be posting that soon. But yeah, Saratoga Springs. Um, the Battle of Saratoga, right? That was considered the turning point of the American Revolution. And the Saratoga Battle Monument is something I filmed quite frequently, that giant obelisk in Schuylerville. And so that whole area, like I said, was highly contested for the healing springs. I'm sure anybody listening, they look up Saratoga Springs and they're going to pop up. It's known for the horse track, old money,
Hmm.
mansions, and the
Yeah.
springs. Yep.
Yeah. All the ballers went there, right? And I mean,
All the ballers.
Did they have like a?
like,
Did they have a race car event too or something?
They have an auto museum, and there's probably a massive car show. I'm sure every
There's
city.
something related to cars with Saratoga though, right? Like that's.
There's an auto museum. It might be that.
Yeah, probably. I'm not sure what it was
Probably.
exactly, but
Yeah, that horse track is wild because I mean, there's a lot of old money there, buddy.
I
Like you're
bet.
talking old money. Saratoga's known. That's why you have all these Adirondack Trust companies, Saratoga
Mhm.
Trust Company, all these different banks around.
Probably has a
Uh,
center of town with a bunch of Tartarian buildings around and like grid like streets and a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
Yeah.
see
houses with multiple chimneys and
the,
want me to
I'll
keep
show you
going?
right here. I'll show
Yeah.
you right here.
But am I close, Lance?
Yeah, well, it also had, yeah,
I've never been
absolutely,
there.
Rob. And
Never
it
been there
also
by the
has
way.
that park that has I was telling you guys about the menacing Pan statues that were staring at the naked children. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're in a circle and it's Pan, literally,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I
a
remember talking
Congress
about that.
hall. So the city hall there is wild. Then across the street
Wow.
from that's the old post office, and then there's like an old Solomon Bank next to it. Um, the
Look at this.
yeah, Saratoga is
Wow.
pretty wild. All of Broadway is just a lot of old structures.
Isn't
Yeah,
it funny?
I was watching a wild video on King Solomon today. That kind of blew my mind. Like, did you guys know he used to talk? He was known to talk to animals.
Yeah, so you're supposed to,
No.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he just
Go
talks.
on. Go on.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, he had like some people like theorized that he had like a different like grasp of consciousness and like was able to like understand trees. He was known as like the root seat, like the root something like as far as like talking to trees as well as animals.
Wow.
Hmm.
Like he was an antenna for everything, like
Correct.
receiving anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I never knew that. I just learned that today.
I wonder what a tree says. Don't you want to kind of know?
A
You
Like
can
what the
lot.
feel
wi
it.
A
what
Put
the
your
lot.
head on
wisdom?
it.
Yeah,
Put
A
your
what the
head
lot.
on it. You
wisdom
can
come,
feel it.
I feel like
right?
they know a lot. Like even today at the cemetery, the trees in a cemetery are usually far different from trees you see elsewhere.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
I don't know
always
if it's
always the healthiest versions of those
They're
trees.
they're
yeah,
taking up what's
Always.
underneath it, even the bodies. Like they're,
it must be. It's a good compost, I guess.
no, they are. I've got some articles that talk about a tree over, a cemetery, and then, cutting down the tree, and the roots were had like, all sorts of different minerals and stuff in it. I guess that that kind of points to like Titans and all that, all that stuff, like what people
Mm-hmm.
were mining, um
100%, man.
because the body transmutes. I mean, transmutation is a real thing. So yeah, it's very, very interesting. Saratoga is crazy, dude. I'm still looking at these.
Yeah, so and
In
Rockefeller was involved
Of
as
course.
well.
Hmm.
And with the healing springs, and the springs have been, I mean, there's still, I showed Sammy a few of them today, but there's literal springs that they have fountains all through the city there. And that's also where that 9/11 memorial was. That, remember I told you all, like in that first live, I lost it, had a Templar cross like
Oh
literally
yeah.
torched into the side of it. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
show that to Sammy today, but that's right next to the sign talking about Rockefeller in one of the springs. Of course. So the 9/11 sign's right next to the Rockefeller sign. But-
Did you come across the Springs at all when you were in Providence, Lance? Because that was like why Roger Williams founded Providence where it is too. There was a spring right there by
No kidding.
at the base of the state house, I think.
No, I mean, Rob, I'd love to go and explore with you there, bro. I
Oh,
really,
for sure, dude. Yeah.
when I went, it was literally, I told you, I just hopped in and I just ended up at the Capitol
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. I know how it
filmed
was.
that. And then,
Yep.
it was one of those things. There's a
Check
Mhm.
lot
this
of
one.
wild
Check this
stuff.
out. What I just ran across.
That was how I ended up at Four Fathers yesterday. Same deal.
Grand Lodge Convention of Knights of Pythias. And this
Whoa.
is one of the hotels, I guess, down there.
Yeah, so that
But
must have, so there's still some small canals that run through the park. Congress Park is there. But there's waterways that ran through there and they don't exist the same way. That was an interesting photograph.
Always. And the Knights of
yeah,
Pythias always come up too. Like I got to learn more about them, dude.
they
There's
do. They
like
do.
I always see their buildings. Like they had buildings at a lot of the World Fairs. I remember Nashville. They had one specifically. That got moved. Like they moved the whole building to like some other town. Like that's like one of the only structures that survived that. The Parthenon, and there's one other one I think. But the Knights of Pythias like got like I want to say like auctioned off or something weird, and they like apparently just like cruised it down the road like in the back of a pickup truck to some other town.
Not sketchy at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Knights of Pythias buildings are like, in some cities, I'm trying to find Dallas's, but they're more extravagant than the Mason halls, I mean, there's
Now,
some
who
wild
is
looking
Who
buildings.
is Pythias though? Is that in relationship to Pythagoras?
That's a good connection. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the connection is there.
I honestly don't know what these people, I don't even know Knights of Pythias, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Oh, really?
Oh,
And
oh, you've seen
maybe.
him, Lance. I
Have
guarantee it.
I?
Oh,
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
definitely.
I might just be slipping my mind right now. I'm trying to think.
Mhm.
Knights of Pythias.
Here,
We
let me
see so
pull
many
up
different
their.
knight orders and so many things.
They
Yeah.
Oh,
always
there's a
had
ton.
like they
Knights
had
of
weird
Columbus.
buildings like they have lodges like that say like the Knights of Pythias on them, and they're
Yeah.
always like strange looking art. Usually Tartarian architecture, what we would call Tartarian architecture. You
Here
know,
we go. Here's the let's do
Oh,
the
gee, what
Wikipedia.
is?
did they do the pyramid at
So
the
upside down.
Nashville Expo too, like the World's Fair? They might have
Uh
they might
yeah,
have
they
been
did.
responsible for the
Nashville,
pyramid.
yeah, yeah, they
Yeah,
had one. And then it
Look at
moved to Memphis, remember? It was
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, and it's in Memphis now. But yes, you're absolutely right. That was the second, I guess, building that stayed around. But look at this. Like there's what is the
all-seeing eye right in the middle of it.
of course, naturally, but what is going on in here?
Yo,
Like
hold on, go
Red
back.
and
Can we
blue.
look? Hold on, can we look at that again?
yeah, right here.
The one with the columns.
Yeah.
This one up here.
I can't really see the arrow, but
Right
yeah,
here.
yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. How many columns are there, Lance? Remember that?
Four columns there.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that room at the Grand
Oh,
Lodge in Boston? They had those four paintings, and like each one had four columns in it,
Really?
and like
You
they,
would think it was three, but yeah, I wonder what the
Yeah, it's
significance is.
usually three.
yeah, I know. There was so that's what it's like the four like degrees of ascension or something like that. Like
There's even four in this one back here. Look. Well, that
yeah,
you can
yeah.
see. Oh no, there's a bunch more.
oh, and look,
Okay,
they're
never
about to
mind.
behead somebody in
Oh
that
no,
one. It just
it's
that's a chopping block, buddy.
oh that is. Yeah.
And
Got
the
The
a
king
woman.
and a
They're gonna get the
lion
woman.
next to
lion,
him.
dude.
It's the
Yeah.
woman. Look, she's got a
Oh
sack.
yeah, thing over her head.
Yeah, they're gonna chop her head off. Maybe she's a witch.
Maybe so. Or maybe she was a truther.
And maybe she was the truther. That's what it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or maybe she was
She was following Vibe with the Tribe, man.
or maybe she was
yeah,
part of
right.
the royal bloodline that they were trying to wipe out. Who
Yeah,
knows?
that too.
But they are look, Houston, Texas. I was trying to look
Houston,
for this.
Texas.
That's funny. Yeah, so
Wow.
this one is insane. This is one of the crazier ones, but and a lot of them like Dallas's I think also has this, crenulated, castle-like top.
Folly,
And
Castle Folly.
and it's like it's almost like every city, you see this a lot in the old world cities. You see this little, what would you call this? What was
It's a
this like a
folly, Castle
f-
Folly.
castle folly?
It's decorative. Decorative. Make it look like a castle. It's
Of
fake.
course.
Yeah,
Of
Bali
course.
fake.
Because they needed that in, 1880.
I
But
mean, even in that picture, it looks remodeled to me too.
100%.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
even in that photo.
That's funny they had Houston's. Yeah, and that ain't there no more. That's for
And
sure.
Pythias, I think had the snake as like their logo or something. I think that's why they stick out to me, right? Do they have a snake in there?
Oh, maybe. What's right here?
That symbol looks like the Order of the Eastern Star to me. That's what it reminds me of with the colors, the way
It's
they have stuff around the
Yeah, you're
points.
right. You're right. It
Hmm.
does. It looks very similar. There's a helmet,
Oh yeah,
and then
maybe
like
not.
and
Maybe it's
two
not the
axes.
snake.
Two axes and a shield. But
Hmm.
yeah, what is the connection, I wonder? I mean, history, the Knights of Pythias is a fraternal organ, yeah, yeah, founded in Washington, D.C., naturally,
DC.
February 19th, 1864, right in the Civil War. Towards the end, the Knights of Pythias is the first fraternal organization to receive a charter under the under the Congress. And these seem like even the timing, 1864, and I always say it with the Masons, like they were controlling the narrative out there. They're in every city, big city, small town.
Hmm.
There's a Masonic lodge, and it just seems like they were the foot soldiers to go, hey,
Oh
I was
yeah,
gonna do I was
when
gonna
they
do like a
issue those
phone, but
charters, dude. That's
yeah,
what's happening when they're issuing those charters. I remember they were talking about that when we went on our tour in Boston, like because that one's like the oldest one in North America or something. So, or at least the most powerful, and they issued charters for multiple countries all over the Americas, like
you're
Mexico, Panama. I forget some of the other ones that they mentioned, but there were several.
you're right,
Logan,
Rob.
if you look at the top of
Pythagorean
that screen,
ideals. Yep,
the top of that screen says for I think it says for the Masonic order, Pythagoras. If you scroll to the top, see for the Masonic organization, see Knights of Pythagoras.
Oh, Pythagoras.
yeah,
Pythagoras.
it is Pythagoras. Yeah, that's what I was pointing out right here. Pythagorean ideals of loyalty, honor, and friendship that are the center of the order. So yeah, you were right on point, Rob. There
They
goes
they were
that
the
brain of
ones they were
yours.
the ones that like used the pentagram first, dude. The Pythagoreans. They like when they were following Pythagoras, they did that all in secret. Like they were like very similar to what these guys do. You know what I mean? Like they would go and like they would talk about like ancient knowledge and and learn different skills and math and tricks and like they were all alchemists and stuff like that. And they used to use the pentagram as like that was like their entrance like logo. They would put it on the palm of their hand.
So in 2003, the order had over 2,000 lodges still in the United States and around the world with a total membership of 50,000 people. And I mean, of course, it's probably a benevolent look, friendship, charity, and benevolence up front, but I wonder how much of the percentage is doing what we talk about.
Hmm.
It's like, I mean, I'm sure 1% of all those, I guess, would really have call the shots.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I mean that's why that order of jesters is so interesting, right? Because like that's like at least like the only one I've come across so far that's invite only. Like that, like you have to be invited in. I
Really.
guess like and yeah, like that, and I just found that to be interesting because like with any typical Freemason lodge, like they just say like all you gotta do is ask about it or something like that.
They say ask a brother,
That's
right?
what it is. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Royal
to
Order of
become one, you have to
Jesters.
ask one or something.
Hmm. The Royal Order of Jesters, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Yeah, that sounds sketchy, doesn't it?
Mm,
With the
hmm.
jesters in it. Yeah. Oh, and they
That's
got some weird clown looking guys. You've seen the theory of clowns being the
Nephilim.
Nephilim. Yeah. Paul Stobbs, I guess, is the gentleman's name. He was just on what podcast was that? He was just on a podcast that was really, really good recently. And man, he's got a lot of information, but he was like, try like taking a step back from the research because he was just getting drilled by people. You know how it is. I mean, we were just talking about it. But taking a step back from it because it was too much. But look at this, like these freaking I mean, wouldn't this make sense that this is the Nephilim? Like this is how they're right?
Yep.
That's creepy. That's
Hmm.
really creepy. And you go back into history and you see that all these, native cultures in every single continent, pretty much, what has, they would dress up in a clown type of, garb and makeup and, had rituals that they would go through. So
Hmm.
just a side note. Just
I've
a
never,
side
yeah,
note.
I've never seen that actually.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
Paul Stobbs is a guy, and he's got so much videos on it on YouTube. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why they talk about him having red hair and stuff. They put the red wig
Hmm.
on the clown and all that stuff, Rob, making
You
fun of
got
the
it.
redheads and
Hmm.
Yeah.
Redheaded stepchild.
Yep.
Right. No wonder they were getting so much so much, yeah, hit so much. I also saw the video recently of like that we're going on a weird tangent, a weird route, but that redheads were black. Like
Oh,
even
you just saw this?
yeah, I saw that like within the past year. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Within the last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they
Gingers are
spoon feed
black.
us all of our info. We all saw that within the past.
Yeah,
The
just
gingers are black trend. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it kind of blew my mind a little
Dude, I
bit.
fell down a lot of rabbit holes with that, and there's a lot of truth to it. Like there's a lot like there's a lot you can confirm, like with the fact that redheads carry both types of melanin, like they're like the only
Yeah.
ones that carry both types, and you
the
know,
freckles, right? Freckles.
yeah, freckles, like that's what gives us the like the red shade in the hair too, I think. But they also, like, as far as African Americans and redheads were concerned, like Jamaica is like the example they use, and like 75% of Jamaicans have like Irish blood,
Mm,
because they were like side by side slaves together on that
yeah.
colonized island for so
Yep.
long. That's also why Jamaicans have the accent that they do. Is like actually it's like a hint of Irish, like that you hear, like
Really?
that accent in the Jamaican. Yeah, it's like it's like part of the brogue. That's where they got the accent. Um,
Wow, I've never heard that. Yeah, that's mind blowing as well. You
yeah.
would
Oh
True.
never
yeah.
think that. That's two totally opposite cultures. The cultures they give us, right?
I know.
That's not
Yeah.
the right culture, but
Hmm.
yeah, and Ireland is a whole nother ball game when you go down that. I mean, we've talked about it was the Tuatha De Danann that was at
Hmm.
Ireland. Yeah, that's Ireland.
Hmm.
But like the actual real cultures from the beginning, who it
Hmm.
was, and it wasn't white people. I believe it was melanated people. So, and I'm sure a mix, who knows, but that's a whole nother. And then like, there's the freeze of the 1400s that Ireland had. Have y'all heard of that?
Hmm.
Um,
No.
that just completely decimated freeze of the
Not the potato famine.
no, 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 no. This
That
was
was that was how they got all the Irish over here to work for them. They created that famine, and everybody needed to come over here and work.
Yeah.
yeah, and the by the way, the potato is native to South America, but and I've got some
Interesting. So
articles on that.
it's not native to Ireland at all.
It's not. No. It's just another thing that was brought over there and
You know,
they
that's
had
where
the
we got the term, not to cut you off, but I was
you
thinking that
good?
when you're
Go
talking
for it.
Jamaicans, that's where we got the term redneck from, Irish
Really?
slaves. Yeah, because they would turn red in the sun, so they call them
Oh, I
rednecks.
believe that. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Well,
Everything's flipped.
Hmm.
Everything, just everything.
Yeah.
another fun fact about redheads is
Let's
redheads
go.
are the only ones that can produce their own vitamin D,
Really?
which you would think is an adaptation you would get by living in like an underground area or something, right? Like we don't get a lot of sun. That's why they react the way that they do. They also require sometimes upwards of 20% more anesthesia when they go into surgery, or like doctors and nurses are taught this in medical school, that if you have a red-haired patient, that they a lot of times require more, like, more painkiller or anesthetic.
Really?
Yeah, they have like there's like a difference between like the way we react to like what our pain receptors react. They're also like far more like just like vulnerable to high temperatures and low temperatures. Like they need it to be like kind of 70s, like, and they're chill. But everything like above that or below that, like they're cold or hot.
They've got a lot more secrets than we thought.
Oh, they've been
Right?
studying that stuff for a while. Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
That's very interesting. Rob, just before I forget, can you like drop again since we got people in the chat your new handle and just kind of go through your new social media? Rob has been, I don't know what, I think all of us have felt TikTok suppression at one point.
Mm.
Mine started to ramp up recently a little bit. They're just my videos are creeping, but nothing like what they've hit Rob with, and there's really no there's really no rhyme or reason for it. So yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and you can explain that what's been going on if you want to, but your new handles and stuff and where you at.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm Batman 25 with four N's for, since I started my TikTok account, but I recently changed my name to Batman Rob 25 just because it's a lot easier to explain to people as far as, counting letters. Just did that. I have a YouTube account as well that I recently started that I've had three videos posted and three videos banned so far because I'm still figuring that one out. But also, I have a Facebook. That which I was actually going to ask you guys. Can you change the Facebook name after you start it, or do I have to like start a whole new account with that now?
Yeah, you can start it. You can change it for sure.
I can change that, right? Because I tried looking at that earlier, but I couldn't
They
figure it
don't
out.
make it easy, but yeah, you can
Yeah.
change it. Oh,
Sammy's
Okay.
the Facebook guy, Rob. I have no idea
Mhm.
about it still.
I
Yeah,
don't
no.
either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't really used it. I haven't used that app in a long time. But yeah, I do. I've been struggling with TikTok's been driving me crazy for the past 6 months. I would say like just it's been off and on, but over the past I don't know, like 2, 3 months it's been on like nonstop. And you can see it in the numbers and like it's not like a matter of content or anything like that because like my likes are way up, but the views are down. It doesn't which
Yeah.
doesn't correlate, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, like now they're just banning my videos before like it's taken hours to post everything. I still have a video I posted earlier today. All it is, dude, is images of like these two bald eagles on a pond down the street from me, and then a great blue heron that was also at that pond that was like taken off from a tree, and then the osprey lance that from when we were on our live in Easton. And I don't say anything. I just play Bob Marley's Three Little Birds and show images of those. And that is still under review, going on like hour 12. Like
What?
I have no idea. You know what I
have
mean?
you
Like what
considered making a new account? Just a new TikTok
I
account?
made a backup account. Yeah. I did recently make a backup account. I was hoping I don't have to dude, I don't like it takes enough effort to freaking do the boots on the ground and the editing the videos and
Dude, it takes
dude,
so much.
all the
Yes.
research and shit that goes into it,
It is
man.
hard
Like
work, yeah.
you don't realize like how long a 10 or a 5 minute video takes, but that shit can take hours upon hours.
It
A
does.
lot of the times.
It
So
does.
it's very frustrating when you do that, and then you're getting 100, 500 views in weeks, multiple
Yeah.
weeks.
And especially when your algorithm or when your engagement, the analytics
Mhm.
on it, like if you have an engagement that's 25-30% like you're showing, then that should
Mhm.
be getting pushed out.
Yes.
And there'll be some videos, like I had one recently and it had like 400 likes, like 200 comments, but it only had like 1,000 views. And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. It's
It
a
doesn't.
40% engagement
Mhm.
rate.
No.
That video should be parabolic.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
that's what's going on. It doesn't make any sense, Rob.
No, I
Yeah.
know. It's
Yeah.
brutal.
Your like watch rating is like really high, like people are watching the video
Mhm.
like through.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
that's when you know it's something. And like whatever kicks that off, I don't know because with you, Rob, like you said, this has been going on for 6 months, and like you haven't. There's nothing that you're saying that nobody else is saying. There's
Mhm.
nothing. You're not showing. Like
Mm-mm.
you're showing areas that aren't. You have good research to where you're in a wonderful area, and you are showing new areas to a lot of people. Like I would have never known about most of the stuff, honestly, that all you do.
I
Um,
hear that. Yeah, I hear that a lot from a lot of
yeah.
people. You
And
know.
and you wonder if it was like, okay, well, is it an area thing? Is it a location thing that started it? But yeah,
I
it
think
just
it's
doesn't make
because you know what you're talking about, Rob. You know
yeah,
what you're
right.
talking about, and you have a lot of info, bro. Like, and they know that
Completely.
you have a lot of info, and you can articulate it, and you're reasonable. We can have real conversations, and that's what they fear the most is reason and logic and real conversations.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, man. Colin said it best, right? They are critical thinking people.
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
That's the last thing they want. They don't want people around the dinner table knowing how bad they're getting fucked up the ass by it. That's he goes.
Now that's how
He,
you say it right there.
yeah, he goes on a rant right there. Yeah.
That's great.
But
What would
it all started with the Carnegie Library, though. And actually, now that you're saying that, Logan, it kind of made me think as you were talking, like maybe location does have something to do with it. Because like I was doing well on the road trip, and then I got home, and I did that video on the Carnegie Library in Rockland, Mass, and that was like one of my best videos, if not my best video ever, where I kind of like put a lot of dots together with like the Carnegie libraries and like them basically just collecting data and like how it was just like, they were all built in under 2 years and just a nonsense story, right? And that was my best video ever. And then after that video, I never once got even close to half of the daily views that I was at even prior to that video. Like that
That's
was yeah.
that's crazy. And like it's not like nobody talks about that. We've all talked about it. I've always
Mhm.
made sure to make a point in whatever city I'm talking to. A lot of the times, I show the Carnegie Library. Yeah, but it might be something to your area. That's my gut feeling is like when you're showing these like, obscure cemeteries nobody would see with these, megalithic rocks everywhere. I mean, it's pretty obvious something else was going on up in y'all's area.
Oh
So
yeah. No, it
who
happened
knows?
big time with the Forefathers live I did yesterday, man. Like they like with the footage I've tried to post from that, like that's been a nightmare. Like I've
Y'all's
got
last live, the last one
yeah,
you did?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did one yesterday, just kind of impromptu, and Sammy joined me for a little bit, and I was at the Forefathers Monument in Plymouth, and Definition Eric joined
Yeah,
for
I
a little
just
bit.
I was on his live this morning. Yeah,
And
cool.
so there's one part where I found like we're talking and like I zoom in and like there's clearly like this like a clear grounding wire running all the way up the back of the largest solid
That's
granite
right.
statue in
That's
the
right.
country. And it goes up to it goes up to a copper crown, a copper thorned crown that is sitting on Faith's head. Have you seen this footage yet, Lance?
No, no, I haven't
I
So
seen
I
it
the
yet,
haven't
ground the
bro.
seen it
grounding
either.
wire literally goes all the way up her back, and she has a crown of thorns on her head that's made of copper wire, and she also has a ring of thorns around her hand of like with the finger that's pointing upward. And like I just never seen that before. Like I've been there multiple times, but never seen like because it's not made for aesthetics. You can't see it from the ground. I had to zoom in double time with the camera just to get an image of like the spiked crown. It wasn't like design. It's all for supposedly grounding purposes, but you don't need to ground granite, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
ever.
do you think I can show it to I want to watch that right now. Let's go ahead and pull it up, but I don't need like a sound or anything, do I? Because I don't want to do what I did
No,
last time.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't need
Okay,
sound.
let's try to do this. Is it this or well, I'll wait till you can see actually, but is it this one right here?
Hold on.
Yeah, Plymouth, Mass. Forefathers and
It's no, it's the other one to the right. Two next one over.
this one.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Okay.
that
Okay.
one. So yeah, me and Eric were talking. Like, and also those trees were all planted in a perfect circle around the monument, which I noticed. But
Look how huge that was. Geez, just your
That
it's
panning.
monument
it's
is
Oh my
81
huge. That's
81
gosh.
feet
huge.
tall. It's the tallest freestanding solid granite structure in the country.
Yeah,
So
look
there's
at
the
this.
grounding wire. See it?
Yeah.
Now it's going all the way up. And like if this is a solid granite structure, like you wouldn't really need grounding, you wouldn't think, right?
No, you wouldn't. Yeah, and I mean, what's the point? There's nobody living in it or like, there's no,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
It
The
doesn't make
lightning's
any
got no
sense.
reason to strike a rock.
I mean,
And this is where we're talking, and I zoom in, like, and we can see the spike. See the spikes?
oh, no
Yep.
freaking way.
That's
So that's the wire.
incredible.
It's the wire running up.
That is, oh,
Wow.
you can see it. It wraps like right around the ponytail, all the way down her back. You can even see it. You can see it if
Right
you zoom
here.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right
You can see
there.
it right
And
over the
it's not
Wow,
shoulder.
dude.
And
it's not to keep
she also has a ring also that connects to that is also like a spiked ring on her finger.
No way.
Yeah, man.
That's
How
crazy.
how weird is that?
That is weird. And I mean, it seems like it's some etheric, I mean classic etheric tech,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
antiquitech, right?
Yes, that would be my guess. Yes.
because
Yeah,
obviously it doesn't make sense for the birds
Mm-mm.
yeah, for the
because they'll put
crows
spikes on stuff, but those are
on
different
top,
kind of
yeah,
spikes.
so they don't crap on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
no, and the last three times I've been there was actually an osprey nest on her head. Like she had a
Really?
oh yeah, there was a full on osprey living there for a while. I got some footage of that.
That's a great video. I have y'all have never seen that before on any of those because y'all's got a million statues everywhere up
I mean,
there.
I
It
notice them
just
on churches all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
but that makes sense. And normally, most statues have some bronze or copper involved, or like so. I'm not like questioning it that much, but like when your rep is to be the largest solid granite statue, I'm like, why would they need that? You know?
Why would they need it? Yeah,
Mhm.
Lance.
And that well that struck that statue that was made by the Masons, of course. And isn't it, Rob? Didn't it take them like a crazy amount of years because they stopped building it for a little bit? And there's like
Yeah.
some weird history. I was just looking at this AM. I was looking at some of my old videos, and I almost reposted the video of when I went there last year. It's funny
Oh,
that
you
we
should
brought
have.
that up. Yeah,
It was. I
yeah.
want to say it was like 18 years. Yeah, I think something like that. There
It was
was. There
something
was a. There was a.
strange.
There was a pause in the construction, and they started it back up. And then, like to add even like a weirder scenario is like how So they remember they originally called it the Pilgrim Monument. That's what it was
Hmm.
originally called. And then like 2 or 3 years later, or 5 years later, like they built the Pilgrim Monument in Provincetown, like which is that massive, you know,
Hmm.
Templar Tower, to like for lack of a better term, man, on the top of which is actually the largest granite structure in the country. So like they're both like the largest granite something of each, category, whatever. And like they called that one the Pilgrim Monument too. So then they changed the Pilgrim Monument to the National Monument to the Forefathers, the one that the statues are.
Well,
I'm
and
But
gonna
then
that's
pull
just
it up.
weird.
that
Sorry.
one, the one deity on that statue has that, I called it a keyboard, but it's got that thing around the
Mm,
neck that's got the 12 tribes of it. And
yes.
then you also have like Mars to the left. That's
Dude,
like
Eric
Mars.
went into serious detail with me on that on the live, man. Like
Oh,
about
I
that
bet,
12 the
dude. I
12
bet.
tribe thing, like and like the calculator and like I forget what like, he it was yeah, it was I got to pull it back up and do some editing, but
He can go off on that stuff. Shout
yeah.
out definition. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely can. Sorry,
He's
Lance. I
awesome.
didn't mean to
No, no,
interrupt
no,
you,
you're
buddy.
good. But yeah, there's like Mars right there, or Apollo.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's Apollo. Yeah.
I would
And
think
then,
Apollo, yeah. He's got the
yeah.
lion, he's got a lion skin or a lion head in his
Oh,
Hmm.
oh yeah, the paw. Is that a paw?
Hmm. Oh
well,
yeah,
yeah, that's
it's a skin.
there's a whole
Oh,
mane. If you look at the left side, like if you look from the other angle, like he
yeah.
has a whole mane that's like dangled over his back.
And
Even
this
has
thing
a
is
head.
gigantic. Like that, like
It
we would
looks
look
like it.
tiny next to that thing.
Dude,
Like,
Yeah, let's see if there's a
I'm as big as
person.
that guy's shin, basically.
Oh, really?
Like the guy's
oh,
sitting
there's
down.
Look, there's a person right here, just the top of their
yeah.
head, but let me see where another. Oh, look at this is an older one.
Look at
Oh
that
yeah,
thing. And then she's got a 5-pointed star on top of her head. It's obviously Ishtar.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
They call it Faith. And then
Yeah.
I found one construction photo of them building her, and it's hilarious too. Like,
Oh man, I want to see that.
yeah, that's it. That was a
Let's
good
let's
one.
let's see construction photo. If
Logan,
you
that
saw
thing is gigantic, bro.
if you only found one, it's probably hard to find it again because
It
like
was, yeah, it wasn't easy. I don't think.
okay,
So
yeah,
if I recall, I'll have to send it
it
to you.
looks gigantic. Like it's like I want to. Oh, here's
Oh,
some
there's a
people
person right there.
right here. Here's two of them.
There was just, if you went back, there was a
Look at that.
drawing.
Oh
Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
That's
81 feet,
incredible.
81 feet tall.
Right there. Oh, go down to the right, to the
Right.
to the left,
Left
right
drawing.
there. Look at the little drawing. Look at the little dude to the right, bottom
Oh
right.
yeah, this guy down here.
Yeah, that shows you
How
like
did you
Yo,
see that?
hold on,
First off,
scroll back up for a second.
that looks different.
I was just gonna say that, doesn't it? There's something about it that looks different.
What's in the? There's something in her hand in the other one.
No, she's pointing up.
No, she has the book. I know she has
Oh,
that
dang
book.
it.
Wait, keep in
Okay.
mind, guys, this is for the pilgrims.
yeah, the
Yeah, okay, that was
pilgrims.
my next thing. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is
Like,
Yeah.
let's not forget that there's nothing pilgrim related anywhere. But yeah, go on.
no, I wanted to know
Get him,
is
Rob.
there more to that? I mean, is there more? Like, I know it's for the pilgrims, but like, is there any more context to it?
I mean, they have the list of the Mayflower people right
Mayflower.
there.
I
Yeah,
see. I
they
see.
have
Okay.
like those marble like scenes that are like at the base of the main statues that are surrounding the really main statue. So like they all have like at their feet, they all have these white marble scenes that were carved in that look totally different than everything else around it, and those are the things that have some pilgrims in it.
Look at the detail of like, flatten it around the actual rock and keeping these little rectangles of the natural stone right here.
Yep.
It's really crazy to look at some of these. I mean, it's really crazy. It really, really, really is crazy because I just we don't see that. We don't see like, oh, that's the new statue they made. Now it's like a piece of glass with a freaking, like
Mm-hmm.
metal rod coming through the center of it, and it's supposed to be for, whatever it is. But like
No.
we have one here at a park, and it's, a memorial for a recent war, right? And it's literally just a cement triangle. Like that's it. It's like in three different parts, and then you look at these things and I mean, it's like the architecture, right? Nobody's even looking up at it. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Rob, you have the best intro for what we do. Your intro to likes buildings and statues and all kinds
And
of
cemeteries and all kinds of weird
so,
fucking shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I mean, that's not very common. It's not very
Mm-hmm.
common out here. Yeah.
Mm-mm. It
Um,
wasn't common for me either until I kind of, started doing
right?
it.
And then we
Like
just nerd out.
like
We just nerd
I
out.
never once like had any desire to go to a cemetery to hang
Yeah,
out, bro.
right.
Like, before I started doing these
Yeah.
videos. And like now they're like one of my favorite places to go to hang out. Like I love going and filming those places. There's so
Yeah.
much to see, so much history and to just like they're like even the trees, like we were talking about earlier, like even
Yep.
those are like just the epitomes of their species.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Totally.
Beautiful. Any other like projects you got coming up? Like do y'all have a plan to get together again, or, do you have some
Well,
ideas?
yeah, well, Sammy's gonna have some time off, and we've been talking about doing a trip. I really think that we should go out to Buffalo. I
Mm.
mean, I think that that would be an awesome
Should.
trip, all three of
You
us.
should.
Get the van
Yeah.
ready, dude. And Batman, you take your van. I'll take the truck here. Be a good time,
when
man.
when are we talking?
February, maybe?
Okay.
I don't know. Whenever you guys tell me, you guys tell me. I might be going down to see Chris Beal this week, actually, and
Nice.
film with him and try to get a hold of Big T. I got to reach out to him.
Good.
But I've been talking to Chris Beal. I talked to him this afternoon, and we've got a lot of stuff going on with the trust that we have going to protect archaeological sites. And
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Chris has been talking about that, but I'm a founder of that trust,
Can you
one of
go
the
into that a
co-founders.
little bit for just people that I've heard you've touched on it, but like just the details. You don't have to go into it, but
Yeah,
what
it's a
exactly is going on?
essentially like all of these archaeological sites that we're finding and discovering, and they don't have protections on them. We're notifying all the appropriate agencies, but what's happening? It's falling on deaf ears or it's being
Of
ignored.
course.
So now, there are several groups of people that obviously are taking things into legal hands and fighting it that way. So that's what Chris has been working on, and that's with this trust and non for profit, and it is protecting the ancient sites and the mound
Yeah.
builders, Lenape, and they actually there's a lot of stuff going on. Go check out Chris Beal,
Yeah, it's
for everybody
you that's
listening.
a rabbit hole, dude. His page is a rabbit hole. And just listening
Absolutely.
to him talk, we bring him up almost every live, but it really is worth going to and just listening. And your first instinct is kind of like, some of this stuff is pretty wild. It really
Hmm.
is. But this guy's obviously been doing it for a long time. I mean, he sounds like a pro at it. So,
And wasn't that our reaction every time we heard everything we believe now too? Like
yes.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
True.
Of course. You
Like
nailed
Absolutely.
it.
we all had that same reaction. Like that's fucking nuts, dude. You
That's
know what I mean?
crazy,
Like
Yeah.
that
man.
sounds crazy. Like
And
get out of
then
here.
and then you start to think a little
Mhm.
bit now, and there's so much evidence to what he's talking about. But like these sites, think about how many sites that
There's so many
we can't
sites.
we can't even see now. But like, and the just it's I have a video, it's from a while ago, but they're talking about finding, parts of Tenochtitlan in Mexico City, right? Underneath Mexico City, like 13 feet down, they were finding a, pyramid type building. Well, the guy on site is the Mexico's president's son. So, he should know that this is, Tenochtitlan's under their feet. But he didn't. They were saying that, we don't know how it got 13 feet underground. The president's son is here. He doesn't know how. And because the narrative is, today and probably then, because that's why they were so confused, is that, the Spaniards came in, they knocked down all of the infrastructure, then they rebuilt it with the
Mm.
stones,
Hmm.
that whole thing. But I mean, what is under our feet? That's
Hmm.
probably one of the,
So there's
big
more evidence of a cataclysmic mud flood, is what you
more
think, is what you're
recent
saying.
too. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because if they came here in the 1500s and they cataloged Tenoctitlan, because
Yeah.
he visually saw it. It had water, it had, Atlantean looking city, right?
Oh
With
yeah.
the island in the middle and
Dude, I
something,
drive by it every day, and I'm thinking it every day as I'm driving to and from job sites and stuff, being like, that entire neighborhood's built on top of a mound right there. Like that's clear. That's clear
of
as day. Like
course.
this guy's whole house is built on a massive like chunk of pudding stone. Like his whole house is built on it. Then he has another massive piece like sticking up, like a shard sticking up in his yard. Like that's not normal. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's
Like
not.
it's just not normal stuff. Like none of it looks like normal rock either.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, one of the crazier ones too, of course, Mexico City, and y'all know Arizona. I mean, Phoenix is literally on top of and I have some articles about that of how gigantic the previous civilization's city was there. I mean, it was just, the Gila River, Salt River, all of that area, and I mean, they built right on top of all that, so you can't get down in there. There are some parks in the middle of Phoenix that you can go see with some very questionable, rocks and tunnels and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I daydream about that often of what's underneath my area, or
Mhm.
and especially with the articles that I find, and how many states that I have that has found a wall, a stone wall, 15 feet, 20 feet high, 3 feet thick. I mean, it's in every state.
Mhm.
They
Oh
find these
yeah.
kind of
And it used to
so.
happen with all the Romans too. Like a lot of the city, or it still is happening. Like a lot of the cities that we were taught, or like we thought the Romans destroyed. Like it's happened on multiple occasions now where they find it, decades later,
Yep,
buried under, 50, 40 feet of, dirt.
yep, yep. It's fun to think about. It is fun to think about. Sammy,
Fun
what's
to
up?
think
You
about.
awake over there?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I was zoning off a little bit.
It's okay,
I was
dude.
looking at the airplanes in your background. Some
Yeah,
of them are
yeah.
pretty wild looking, but I love the lighthouse, bro. The old newspaper.
Thanks, man.
Cool.
Hey, you know what? Fuck the robots, but man, they can do some pretty good art, right?
Yeah, they figured out the airplanes for the most part.
Yo, dude, have you dived down the rabbit hole of AI music yet?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I
the
think
I've
you
I
mentioned this last time, right? Like,
did I?
yeah,
Like
remixes of like,
briefly,
that
yeah,
guy
but
Seth, like that guy Seth Drums or whatever. Like he
did he?
does.
I don't know if it was that. Maybe.
Yeah, he like so he'll be like, play 50 Cent Many Men, but like
Oh
like
yeah,
in
that's right.
50 Soul or whatever. We did talk about
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
yes,
yeah, they're
dude.
actually pretty good songs. Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
excellent songs. A lot of them. It's like,
I
and
don't know if
I hate it that I like
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I like told y'all, but my original intro to my podcast was AI made, like the little jam before it. And then I got asked the Waters, who's my buddy that he follows all y'all,
Oh yeah, I see.
to
What's up to the Waters? I see him all the time. He's a great. Yeah, he follows
dude,
all the
great
time. Yeah,
guy,
thank
great
you.
guy,
Yeah,
can jam. I mean, they're one
dude.
of those
I've
like,
watched some of their videos. They're very talented. Like his band.
yes,
Yeah.
that's kind of music I love, soulful, just take you to church kind of stuff. But
All right. Let me play this for song for you right after. Then you got it. It's right here. But yeah,
well,
continue his
it,
story.
it's AI.
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't want to get flagged. Okay, yeah, you can play it.
All right. Alexa, play my playlist, My Likes.
The playlist, My Likes, on Amazon.
Just added it, clearly. But you'll recognize the song. Tell me when you do. Guess it. Say it out loud.
It's like not. I can't hear it.
Can't hear it? All
Nuh-uh.
right. Alexa, volume 10.
Like we can't hear it. Can
No,
y'all?
nothing.
You really can't hear it?
No, it's silent, bro.
Alexa. Pause.
Oh,
No, he just started getting some of it.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
it goes in and out. It goes in and out. Like
Hey,
you can hear.
Alexa, off. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
can
you
Tell
really couldn't
Alexa
hear
I
that?
said fuck the robots.
yeah, yeah, right. There was your chance right there.
Yo, they really wouldn't let you guys hear that?
No, I mean, there was little nuggets of it, just little
Dude, that's
bits.
so weird. I couldn't even hear anything. It was so loud next to me.
Really? I wonder. I wonder if it was like too loud. It was, yeah, not
No,
picking up.
I had it too quiet at first. I thought you said you couldn't hear it, so then I asked her to turn it up, and then I couldn't hear anything.
Well, the problem is
jacked it up.
you didn't say enhance. Enhance.
Is that the trick? Is that the trick? I don't know this one.
Oh, hey, Farbo, what's that place you like with the mozzarella sticks and the goofy shit all over the walls? Oh,
Yeah.
shenanigans. You remember that? You
Shenanigans.
slap it? Enhance.
Yeah.
Cop
But
joke.
hey,
Cop joke.
Batman, back
Yo.
to what you were saying about just TikTok kind of shadow banning your stuff and being really hard to work with. I
Mm.
think the best advice I could give anyone is just to keep plugging along, man. Post even
Oh
more.
yeah, no, I have too much fun doing it that I'm gonna stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just it's just frustrating. Like when I I know the videos should be doing better than they are versus based off like previous videos I've done, but like in the past. But I get it. I'm not. Yeah, I have no plans of stopping, dude. I like this shit too much.
Yeah, and YouTube bans my stuff all the time. Facebook took a while to break through, but dude, just stay I guess relevant on Facebook. Dude, your Facebook will blow up. You've got the voice for it, man. People hear you start talking and you're
Uh-huh.
like, "What is going on?" You have the voice for it, dude. You could voice act or narrate. Like we work on a documentary, dude. We're gonna need you to read some stuff.
Oh,
Dude, I want we
absolutely,
can we make
dude.
a cartoon? I've always wanted to be the voice of a cartoon.
Right?
I think
Yep.
that would
I
be
can see you
awesome.
doing like a little Popeye the Sailor from Boston.
Oh,
Imagine
that'd
a
be dope.
vibe with a
Yep.
tribe cartoon, bro.
Cartoon, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
That'd be
dope,
great.
right? I bet we could just have AI draw it up for us right
Ah,
now.
Yeah, right.
probably
They're already
could.
done. It's already
We won't
done.
be able to hear it, but
Yep.
yeah.
It already drew this whole episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's great. Yeah, I mean, we knew you weren't gonna, stop, but it really is frustrating because the work is it like, and like even on a lot of my videos lately too, like I'll record something and I just will have to, put in the comments or in the video that that was the wrong thing that I said because I don't even want to go back and do it over again,
Mm-hmm.
because you're just doing it over and over and over. When it gets up to 4 or 5 minute videos, it takes a while. It really
Even a
does.
minute
But I
long
like
video.
Yeah, even a
I
minute. Yeah,
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 that's,
Mm-hmm.
I just like running everything right off the dome. If I stutter or misspeak, I just leave it. You know,
yeah.
it's just raw that way.
Of
Whatever.
course, of course. Yeah, that's what's the best about lives,
Yeah.
But last night, I don't know if y'all remember, but we were talking about, Tesla,
Mm-hmm.
Tesla Tech and all that, and I brought up the Tunguska event, which was
Mm-hmm.
the Siberian, and I have some information. I thought we could just kind of go through it and riff on that.
Yeah.
But here's the best, like this is a really good map to see. I mean, it's a very, childish looking map, but it shows you how close New York, because I think his place, yeah, Wycliffe or what was his
White Is it White Cliffs, New York?
workshop? Yeah, his workshop, right?
Oh,
Isn't that what it was
I don't
called?
know.
Okay. I think it's
That
in the New
sounds that
York
sounds like something from a story though.
Warden Cliff Tower. That's what it's called. Um,
Oh,
so
that was his experiment. Like that was the yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, you're good. You're good. It shows you how close it is really to to Russia. I mean, it's not far at all. Like, and it makes that brings you to, well, why wouldn't we travel that way? But we all know why we
Mm,
wouldn't travel that way,
I
right?
know.
Here, I'll just pull it up right here.
I saw
Okay.
a guy on that had like one of those lives going to, and he was explaining to everybody why they do that, or he was trying to.
Yeah.
And I didn't join because I couldn't handle it. But um, the whole time I'm thinking, I was like, the amount of effort this guy is going to, like the lengths to
Yeah.
explain the illogical right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's why he sounds so crazy, is because he's literally trying to explain what's unexplainable.
Yeah. Yeah. And what was it? You didn't hear the whole explanation?
Oh no, there was like stops for
Here, let me do this.
gas and all that nonsense, and
Let
but
me redo
it just
this.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this event was pretty intense. Hold on, I'm trying to get set up here. Sorry. Um, it was a pretty big event, and supposedly it blew up before it even hit ground, whatever it was. Um,
Mm.
but it was a big, and it was snapping trees like crazy. I mean, like a match or something. But you see right here, New York area, wherever it is, Wardenclyffe is what it's called. Wardenclyffe Tower, and then here's Tunguska. But
Yeah, it
it
was
was a
basically like a big. It was like a big obelisk, like that he made, a big metal obelisk. But yeah,
right.
sorry. Go
An
ahead.
inch, no, you're good. Please interrupt. But Um, interestingly enough, we actually have one of those exact same structures in North Texas. It's just out in the middle of a freaking field, dude.
Hmm.
It's the weirdest thing. Like, I don't even know why it's there. Nobody really does,
It
but
kind of looks like an oil derrick almost, right? Like to a degree, like it
yeah,
has
and
like
it's
that
got a big
image.
wide top on it, like a kind of a mushroom, looking top. Yeah,
Okay.
but it does look like a derrick. Yeah. But this was June 30th, 1908. Here, let's see where some see like these trees. I mean, just completely wiped it down like they were sticks. But
Dude.
a brilliant fireball crossed the sky. It exploded mid-air at an altitude of 5 to 10 kilometers. Energy release 40 to 50 megatons of TNT, or like 3,000 Hiroshima bombs. That's how big it was. Um, no
Wow.
impact crater. Nothing. There's no impact crater at all. Isn't that weird?
Sounds like
How's
a
that
Right.
pulse weapon, like
work?
a pulse. If there's
Right?
no impact and
Yeah,
there's
there's no impact area, and it was 800 square
All the
miles.
trees just snapped right at the base.
Snap, dude. Like, I mean, look at it.
and was anything burnt or anything, Logan? Or they just
So
snapped?
so
That was Trent.
trees radiated outward like matchsticks. Trees at the epicenter were stripped but left standing. Okay, so some of them did stand. Heat intense and not enough to ignite. Oh wait, heat intense enough to ignite clothing. So there was some sort of, you know,
Hmm.
That sounds almost like it was heating up from underground, doesn't it?
ki
Like
kind
the
of.
like
li-
the trees just like were like spontaneously combusting almost is what it sounds
Well,
like, right?
like the events we've seen a lot of in the past
Mm-hmm.
couple years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shockwaves knocked people unconscious hundreds of kilometers away. Windows shattered up to 200 kilometers away. Explosion heard 800 kilometers away. Seismic waves detected across Eurasia. Magnetic storm recorded similar to atmospheric nuclear tests. And I thought, and then massive atmospheric dust injection. So I
Hmm.
guess just it was, kind of like a volcano going off. I'm sure it was
Yeah,
lighter
somebody
than that.
probably just dropped a nuke and didn't want to admit to it. That's probably what happened.
But there's no spot where it would show that. You know what
Dukes
I
are
That's
mean?
true.
fake.
Yeah,
That's
like
true.
but this is what you're talking about right here. This
Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
Whoa.
Yep. That's why Tesla got bankrupted right there.
you
That
got it.
invention.
You got
Hmm.
supposedly why he did, who
Yeah.
knows. But I and I also have a video on these, but these were early newspapers. 1898, Tesla's great invention to blow up hostile warships by electric waves.
Hmm.
Already, 1898, dude. And they're putting that in the newspaper. I mean,
Hmm.
there's no telling of when it was just starting. And then this one is Tesla's tidal wave to make war impossible. It creates a tidal wave. Okay,
Hmm.
Galveston, anybody?
Hmm.
Galveston?
Wow.
Okay, this was in 1907 this came out. you know, there's so many Louisiana had tidal wave, Florida, there was so many of these tidal waves that took over and people didn't know how it happened because the storm would come through, hit them, a regular, well, not a regular, but a big hurricane. And then, the winds would be pushing it up to the northwest, whatever it is. Then the winds would switch. It would be like a little gray area of like, oh, okay, it's over. But the winds would switch and then they would come the complete opposite way, and then this big tidal wave, 30, 40, 50 feet, would come in and swipe out the
Is
rest of what it missed.
Did you
is the
read what it
difference
says on
between a
top?
tsunami and a tidal wave just the size of it?
I'm, I guess so, yeah. Yeah, because tidal waves would be not as, yeah, 10, 20, 30 feet, I guess.
Okay,
And I,
so yeah,
and I could
that's
be wrong, but doesn't that make you think like,
Well, a lot
okay,
of people believe that earthquakes are all created, by an earthquake simulator. This
yeah,
would point towards that being true. If you
completely.
read under, it says in the top left corner that it would flip these ships like toy boats in a tub.
Yep, yep,
That's
yep.
insane.
The new wireless one on this one, was it? Yeah, there it is. The new
oh,
wireless wonder that will create fleet-destroying convulsions in the in the open sea, engulf the heaviest fighting ships like t toy boats in a tub, and by its horrors hasten the day of universal peace. Okay, like look at this little depiction here,
That's crazy.
and yeah, and it's like that, like it's in a second this forms.
That
And
that tower, Logan, that you showed, like he had
yeah, right
experiments
here.
that he proved he could light multiple, like up to 12 light bulbs from miles away, multiple miles away, with no energy production system whatsoever. Just completely
Frequency.
extracting energy from the atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah, frequency.
Like there was
You know,
that shit's documented in the early 1900s. Okay.
and then like look at this one, producing rain with X-rays. Science's newest
Mm.
method. This is 1919. And this is I mentioned it last time, but this is the gentleman that I said, Jim Lee, climateviewer.com. He's got all of these articles. I mean, I've got probably 30 or 40 of them that are just different ones.
Wow.
And starting as early as this one, 1898. So like why would it be so crazy to think that these are attacks we're having? And you know, you also hear people, researchers talking about, you know, and I actually have an article about Kansas, and people in Kansas were saying that this was in the 19th century, that they had two tornadoes that came through Kansas, went down the straight line, the same line, both of them took the same line, just, you know, destroyed their cities. And then towards the end, it says, we've never had tornadoes in this area. Like, so it kind of seems like these are manufactured from the 19th century on. I mean, of
Mm.
course, we hear stories of disasters happening, but maybe this has been around for a long time. You know, this kind of weaponry. It would make sense.
Hmm.
That's how
Yeah,
you can
all
erase.
all the resets would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then so that was 19 or what when was it?
Have
1909?
you guys seen this stuff about how Trump's uncle is the one that confiscated all of Tesla's
Yes.
documents from his house or from
Yeah,
the
he
apartment or
could get
whatever?
into to a safe or something like that.
Yeah, he was
Wonder
like
how
he was one of like the three or four like agents that went there to arrest him, and he was like the one that signed off on like the boxes. And Tesla's family ended up suing them, saying that there was a number of boxes missing of like his information and experiments and stuff.
think of what was in there. I mean, that had to have been a big safe because there's, you know, I mean, with how much is out that we know about, that we all talk about,
Oh yeah.
how much was hidden, uh, how much of
Well,
that
even then,
technology
people
was
even
hidden.
tie that in. Have you seen this? Like, where they tie it into the Adventures of Baron von Trump, like that old book from the
Yeah.
1800s,
Dude,
Seen that.
that is
and
the
how that stuff's
wildest
wild,
thing.
though, right? Like
It's
this,
so wild.
like
Yeah,
the image literally looks just like him, like from
Yeah,
the
it
it's
book.
pretty
does.
weird.
Like
Hmm.
tall, and yeah, I mean, and the connection is just, how would they, yeah. And that those things right there, you know, we've talked about it, but like even the shootings and stuff when we can see it, but something like that is like, okay, this has been planned. This has been on the
Hmm.
long game here, right? This has been going on for a long time.
It's yeah,
They've been ready for it.
Time travelers.
Yeah. Time trip, maybe. Hey,
Something weird.
again, nothing's
mm,
off the board now.
no, no.
Nothing is off the board. There was
It's all ancient tech, that's for sure.
yeah, I mean, that would make sense. And all through the you know, early 19th century, I mean, 1903, there was a bunch of stuff, earthquakes, Charleston, South Carolina. That wasn't the biggest. The biggest one in Charleston was like in the 1870s. But another one, 1903, and then let's see, 1903, South Africa got hit by one, Europe, let's see, Central America volcano. That was in 1903. Niagara Falls. Ice from Lake Erie diverted the Niagara River from the American to the Canadian Channel. Bed above the American Fall became dry. Okay. 1903.
Wait, so these all
Torn-
things that the guys like linking to Tesla's technology?
this is all that was happening within a like a 10-year period of when Tunguska happened, and
Okay,
then from like, you know, early 1900s.
yeah.
uh 1902 and 1903 were very active with disasters, and that's kind of what I was reading.
Hmm.
Tornadoes, West Virginia. I mean, you look at all of the stuff that happened in the 19th century and early 20th century, and it's just pretty clear that this was a job, you know.
Hmm.
It really is. But what do
No,
y'all
this.
want to talk about?
Oh, all right. No, I'm good.
No, you're good. I said, what do y'all want to talk about? Everybody seems sleepy, a little sleepy, right?
You're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing.
we kind of all hit a wall, huh?
Hmm.
Well,
We can
let's talk about how we're not Freemasons. Let's talk about that.
oh, you were not?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
not?
go ahead,
I'll
Lance.
be the first to say fuck the Freemasons. I've never been offered to become one. I've met
I have. I
I've,
turned him down multiple times. But yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
I've met one, but he never I actually hired him at one of the jobs I worked at. But he didn't seem like he really knew much about it. But yeah, I think that a lot of these people don't really know what they're into, but I've heard
Hmm.
some weird shit. It's pretty gay. That's what I'm gonna leave it at. But yeah, I'm not behind any of that shit. And the only army I'm part of anymore is the Nomad Soldier Army guys. That's
Love
it.
it.
We're all on that, baby. And I'm my shirt should be coming in soon. I haven't tracked it or anything, but yeah, I should because I did it like I don't know, half a week ago or so. I'm really
Yeah, you should
excited
have it
for it.
this week for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Did
those
they
hoodies are super nice too.
They are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
and
gotta
I
get.
do like the embroidered. Like that looks way better than, the print on it.
I
Hmm.
Like
agree.
that's how
Hmm.
that should look.
Thank you.
Old school. Old school. I just asked
I
the
dig it.
chat, anyone have a topic we can end on? So we'll get one topic from them and
Yeah.
then we can, chop it up a little bit and then see what the purpose for the cover-ups. What kind of cover-ups?
Control.
Yeah, control.
Control.
Yeah, the oldest trick in the playbook, right?
The purpose for the cover-ups.
Yeah, what kind of cover-ups? Like what all the cover-ups? Because that's we don't have enough
I
time for
mean,
that.
really, when you think about it, it's all going to boil back to money and power.
Hmm.
Like it's always going to come back to those two things. Like those are were the driving factor in a lot of the resets and every single thing that affects us on a daily basis.
And
Yeah.
I'd like to add that they don't have any integrity and they're cowards. And that's why they have to tell more lies to cover up lies, because people that tell lies can't stick to a truth. So they have to tell more lies to cover up for the lies. So I
Mhm.
think that adds to the snowball effect. But I just want for the record to state that they are cowards
Mhm.
Yeah.
and all truths reveal themselves.
We're catching on and
Yeah,
you
I
can
mean,
you can see it.
if anyone's questioning that, like the rewriting of history, and like I love like that's a common argument that a lot of people will have. Like, well, why would so many people go along with it, or like how did they get so many people to be involved, right? And it's like it's pretty that's pretty simple, right? Like you keep them separate and divided and isolated. Like just like government contractors build massive complexes, like one piece at a time. They have no idea what part of the wall or what part of the building that they're building during that
Great
part of the
analogy.
project. You
Yeah,
know,
Bravo, Batman.
you know
Great
what I'm saying?
that
analogy.
was.
Like
That
that's
was
that's how that works. And then I did a whole video on like the genesis of the orphan trains and how that popped up out of nowhere, and you have hundreds of thousands of kids that are parentless all of a sudden in like the 1850s or whatever.
Yeah.
And that just so happened to coincide with when we started all the insane asylums and all the mandatory attendance laws for our public school systems. So, like, if you want to control the populace, bro, what you do is you say, "Hey, now your kid has to go and listen to what I tell him is fact." And when you disagree with that, and you don't want your kid to go to that school where you don't know what the hell they're teaching them, they put you in an insane asylum, and then they take your kid and they ship them
program
across the
them.
country to somebody
Yeah,
else. You know what I mean?
program them. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the Native American story too.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, "Well, wouldn't the Native Americans have, record of this?" I'm like, first off, that's very ignorant of you to think we should know everything about their story, right? But, they exterminated them. They took the kids, like you said, and they put them in programming.
Yeah, I forget who's
And
that one guy that like. Have you guys seen the guy that talks about Yankee? How Yankee originally came from a term for native people called Yangtze, like Yangtze or
no,
something like that, and like that's where
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
the term
I know what you're
Yankee.
talking about. I can't
Um,
remember the exact term, but Yankoos, they're from the Yankoos or something like
It,
that.
no, it was like something that was a derogatory term, but like it actually had to do with like natives that I think were like
Hmm.
like how like like the Jews that converted to Christianity were called the conversos. So I want to say like that's like what the indigenous people that were like forced to assimilate into like
Christianity.
colonial life were called, and then that somehow turned into like the northern Yankees. Like as far like the for the Civil War and all that stuff. it got inverted and changed around, and yeah, like lost its real meaning.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, I wanted to show y'all I just did a Tacoma, Washington video, and towards the end I like told everybody to, stay because I got a little rabbit hole for them because I wanted to go into it, but I would love to hear back from the people that did watch the video and I want y'all's input. But look how obvious this is of them coming into the area, right? First settling 1850s. They say, gold rush, this and that. So this was the first fort in the Tacoma, Washington area. Okay, Fort Steilacoom, I guess you could say. But and let's see, 1849, it was among the first military fortifications built by the U.S. north of the Columbia River in what was to become the state of Washington. Okay. Um,
That's a very
well,
interesting name,
Mm.
may I say.
I wanted
What
to look into that. Yeah, I have
what
it though.
language is that from?
Steilacoom? I don't know. I don't know. It seems like
It almost looks like Eastern European, like almost like Norwegian or something, like roots. But like I don't know. I'm usually pretty good at the etymology of words, and I have no clue on that one. But yeah,
I
go
have
on.
have
So,
no clue. The fort was constructed due to civilian agitation about the massacre of 1847, which is like every other massacre you read about, right? The white people got in with the Indians and, the Indians stole their horses. This, one of those, right? And so they massacred all the Indians. But you go down here and it says this fort, Steilacoom, was decommissioned as a military post in 1868. In 1871, Washington Territory repurposed the fort as an insane asylum,
Yeah.
with the barracks serving as patient and staff housing. Fort Steilacoom is now Western State Hospital, and
hmm.
that's this. So basically,
Wow.
that fort was the first thing in that area. That was the
Any
first thing
any
in the
aerial
area
views?
of the insane asylum.
Yeah, I'm just
No, but
wondering
I'll
now.
find it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like Stela and Stella probably come from the same. Like Stella in Latin means star, and it's a fort. And Stela, I'm sure, has a link to Stella.
Root words, I guess.
Either way,
Let's see
that
what it.
that structure proves a lot of our theories for us because that structure looks like all these forts that we say are forts and castles, and then this one was turned into a hospital.
A
Like
hospital right off the bat, dude.
right
Right
off, that's
off
what
the
I'm
bat.
saying. That proves
Yeah,
our point. Like
it
that.
Yeah,
does.
it
It,
really
it
does.
does.
They
I
fucked
mean,
up.
that made my jaw drop, dude. It was like, oh my God, this is like a, smoking gun when it comes to all this stuff. And then you look at it and it's classic, classic structure.
That structure
Um,
could be in Massachusetts or New York.
That looks
hmm
like part of the Kirkbride plan. That's what
Yeah.
they
Oh,
called that.
it, baby. You know it was Kirkbride. You know
Yep.
it was Kirkbride. Yeah,
Hmm.
because that's how they healed people for art with architecture, with massive, massive architecture.
Yeah,
There's a
that was
guy
with
in that
Um,
this like
photo.
seriously scary demonic faces like
and then look
on
at
the
this
walls too.
demonic guy right here. Like, what is he doing?
What
That's
is he
one of the
doing?
guys that got away, didn't it? Let's check it out.
Mhm.
I think that's drawn in, like a lot of them are. Let's just put one guy here so they know, there was people here.
He
There are
does look
some.
drawn in. He
He
does look
does.
drawn in to
He
me.
It's
doesn't.
one.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's natural.
It's a typical.
Like
Look
he's
at
not
the
even like standing naturally, in my opinion.
no. Look at the windows down there, right?
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, okay, so that's this narrative. I mean, and then Tacoma didn't really start until the whatever 1860s, early 70s when the Pacific Northwest Railroad that went from Michigan Great Lakes all the way to Tacoma. They picked Tacoma to be, their headquarters, I guess. And that was in 1871. They picked it. They picked Tacoma to be it, and then obviously structures started to flood in, and the structures are exactly how you look. But I don't know if y'all saw it, but I apologize if people have, but this, I mean, Tacoma is a crazy, crazy rabbit hole, and all of this is so quick. I want to show you. This is their high school.
Come on,
Hmm.
dude. Come on.
Wow, that's a
Look at it.
castle.
Yep. You know what
That's
it
a
was for? Let me tell you the story. It's really reasonable, guys. So so in 1891, the railroad that I was just talking about that connected to the Great Lakes, they decided that they wanted to make a luxurious hotel for the rich, for the elites, right? Well, in 1893, 2 years after they built this, the 1893 panic happened, which is just another one of those things of the banks failing, the railroad, running dry, and a typical scenario, almost like the elites wouldn't have known that that was coming, right?
Well, what's
They
funny is that word comes from pan too, that we were talking about earlier.
panic. Oh, that's a very good. That's
That's
key.
where the word comes from, because he used to play his little mouth flute, and people would lose all logic and reason.
That's
Like
right.
that was and that he would it was called, they put him in a panic. Yeah.
Well, boom. That's, they were casting spells, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so 1893 happened, they stopped construction. Supposedly it wasn't fully done. And then, in 1906 or 7, they decided, let's change it to a high school.
Hmm.
But what's crazy is this Coliseum type stadium, right? It was like,
Yeah, that's
okay, well,
wild.
was that there with like did the hotel have a stadium as well, or was this built after, right? But look how much higher the road is to down here. It's almost like,
Oh,
and
that's all below street level down there.
this is all way below. This is street
Hmm.
level up here. This is street
Wow.
level. Even the
Wow.
even the structure.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and then look, it's right on oceanfront property. I mean, it's right off the ocean,
Oh
and
yeah,
it
so
kind
it
of
must have been really easy to build that size of a retaining wall around that
look.
whole
Yeah,
place. You know
right.
what I mean?
Look how close. It's just a drop off right there.
A
Uh,
giant parade field, a military parade field. That's what that
yeah.
is.
Yep.
It's
Mm-hmm.
that.
State and
Incredible.
the high school, they named it Stadium High School. Pretty.
Hmm.
They really thought about that one. But look how far
Yeah.
down the boat is from them, and it almost looks like this, and it's kind of like you could see in South America on the West Coast. It's like the land just dropped off right here. I mean, just completely dropped off, or the land was raised from some
Yeah,
sort
I
of.
bet you that place was flooded with water at some point. Like there was like flowing water that was probably producing energy and a lot more. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
through
you
like
know it.
that's what I feel like I kind of see it happening when I go through a lot of these places. Like we're just walking through some of the canals of the streets, and
Oh yeah.
you just know it was flooded with water at some point. You know?
Yep. Yep.
And so that place is that tore down now, Logan?
Nope, it's still there, buddy.
It's still
You
there.
want to check it
Well,
out? Here it
well,
is. Yeah, y'all want to go to Washington?
wow,
What,
dude.
Tacoma? Is that
Oh,
where it
we'll
is?
Yep,
go. We'll
Tacoma.
go.
Here, this is it right there. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
That's wild. That makes no sense. No
Makes no
sense.
sense. And mind you guys, you know what the population was.
No.
It
No.
was okay,
Hmm.
1906 when people started to come in, it was around 30 or 40,000 people.
Come on,
And
dude.
and
Come
guess what?
on.
There was already schools before this one. There was already schools there. And, they look how you would think. This is one of them right here. Pretty big school. You'd think that'd be enough for 30, 40,000 maybe, or somewhere around there. Maybe you need another school. But yeah, there was two of them already. Actually, no, this was the first one. No, that's the second one. There's another one that came before it. But yeah, look at their Union Depot. Like what is
That was the
this?
train. That was the train station.
Of course it is. Of
Yeah.
course.
Look
We've
at
seen
that.
That's not a temple at all. It's definitely not a temple, guys. Mm,
no, not a no, it looks
mm.
like a Union Depot, right? Yeah, it's just
Wow.
another one of those cities, but
1911.
and then we all know about what, Seattle too. How crazy the grading and all that, you know, of Denny Hill grade. Oh, this is the first school that was around. Of course, it has a tower on it,
Yeah, that's the
naturally.
thing. That's the thing I've noticed too, man. Like because there's a lot of schools that were built in my lifetime around me, and so I have to look up what the old school used to look like. And dude, it's not a single one is an upgrade. I'll tell you that. You
Yeah,
No,
know,
so true.
no,
not a single
I
one.
mean, they're boxes after that, boxes and
Mhm.
rectangles.
All
And
beautiful Tartarian structures, all the old ones, all the old high schools.
of course, especially in your area. I mean,
Yeah.
y'all's area, of
Oh
of
yeah.
course. But
Remember Durfee High, Lance, when we were in Fall River? Do you remember that high
Dude.
school?
Yeah, bro. Fall
Durfee.
River and just in we have to
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, look up Durfee High. That's a wild
Can
one.
y'all see this still?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
bro.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
okay, cool. Just real quick, one more
yeah.
note. This is El Paso Stadium. Look how
Ha, come
similar.
on.
Stop.
This is El Paso's high
Whoa.
school. Look at the stadium. It's the same. It looks
That's a
exactly alike.
So
that's a
that's where they used to
parade
have the
field.
chariot races right there.
Yeah. That's a
know?
military parade field. Are you familiar with that term, Logan or
I'm
Rob?
not. No.
So, Sammy would know, but literally, what that would be for is so you can march your troops around and
I
show off
see.
and do little games and stuff. That's a parade field. That's what that looks like to me. All these that you keep showing, just like you said, Rob,
Yep.
they're doing little chariot races and stuff.
Well,
But
yeah, they
Mm.
keep every time we see them, there's horses.
Look.
uh-huh,
Yeah, I mean, they were
Hmm.
in the other ones. Yeah, and I mean, like, why? Why
that's
would you want?
wild, dude. That's
Why
wild.
this? Why this for a parade field? You know what I mean? And mind you, El Paso probably had less people. But what was the
That's a high school though. That's a
That's
high
their high
school.
school, bro, and it's
Dude, that's
riddled.
wild.
Guess what? It's riddled with tunnels. Did you?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no way.
riddled with.
He
Listen,
said, "No way."
listen. Even crazier brick arched tunnels. Right. So,
Yeah,
See,
brick,
I bet you
Roman
that was
brick.
where all those people are, man. So that was like part of like the moat system or canal system for whatever structure that was behind it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that's where all the water was
water
flowing
yeah,
through.
was.
a reservoir kind of thing. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
probably flowing
Yeah.
through the tunnels you're talking about, Logan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And this could have been even a reservoir, like
Yeah,
a
exactly. That
reservoir
was
right
like a
here.
pool. Like they
Yes.
probably had some crazy fountain with some like huge like golden god like we see for like the world fairs and stuff. You know,
Some
like
That was my
wireless
thought.
electricity lights lighting the
yeah,
Yeah.
fountain.
yeah. Well,
Mhm.
probably I bet you the flowing water was probably providing half of the power for the city or something. You know, who
Okay.
knows?
What was the Derby?
Oh,
Der-
Durfee. No,
Durfee.
Durfee.
Durffe.
No,
High school?
FEE.
Oh, Fee.
Yeah,
High
it's like
school,
BMC Durfee High School or something.
old building,
Fall
or is
River.
it still there?
Fall
It's
River.
still there. Yeah, we saw it.
Let's do Fall River. Okay. Oh my God. Is this
I,
an observatory? What?
this is wild, and it's across. There's a whole Fall River is nutty. Like
Hmm.
this whole section. Rob and I were there for. We did a little scouting mission.
Oh
We're
my
gonna have to go
God.
back there soon, man.
Yeah, yeah,
In,
dude.
any
Right in
old
Massachusetts.
industrial? Sorry, go ahead, Sammy.
I was just saying that's crazy. That's right in Massachusetts. That's wild.
You should
And
see
Oh
they,
yeah.
everything around it, Sammy. And this is right down the street from Borden Block. Like
Oh
Lizzie
yeah.
Borden and Borden, he was like a big Mason dude. And that's where we saw some of the craziest stuff, like designs and these
The next
Kamara figures.
the next town over too, because I when I was driving, or it's very close, Fairhaven High School, which that's probably I've never looked into that place, but like their population isn't big now, and that place is an absolute castle. It's like it's one or two towns over from Durfee.
look at this. What
What's that?
is this their courthouse or something in Fall River?
I don't know.
That might be
Um,
that might be gone, huh?
I can't really tell which building. Which what are we looking?
The big one in the middle here. Let me get up close. Let's see if there's a better. This one right here. Right there.
Main
Oh
Street.
yeah,
Oh
City
no, that was
Hall.
still that was still there. I think
It
wasn't it?
was. It's their City Hall, which
It
makes
was
sense,
definitely a
right?
steeple. I remember seeing a steeple very similar to that.
I
I'm
think
trying
it
to.
is. Let's
Maybe
see.
it's not anymore.
What
Let's
was
see.
the what about the armory in Fall River, Batman?
Oh, look at
Yeah,
this one.
that was
Look,
that was the Fall River Armory, right?
It was a Fall River armory and the walls were about 10 feet thick.
Oh, dude, the
really?
arches were massive too.
Let's see if old armory.
Oh yeah,
Dude, yeah, no, this thing is insane.
Yeah, look at
yeah.
this. It's
That's
And
still
I still
there.
want to know: do we know why they have like a
Look at
native?
that.
Why do
What
we
is
have a
that?
native person on the symbol for all of our armories? Do you guys know
Is
Well,
there?
that,
Is there? Is
or
there?
is that just for Massachusetts armories? I don't
It
know.
must
But
be
if you
just.
zoom in, on that seal,
I don't
there's
think we can
like
see it on
It's a
this one.
native,
and
yeah.
there's a
Look at the
native. There's a
look at the
native that's
entrance.
yeah, the
Uh,
entrance is wild.
Yeah,
And
dude.
these
oh
pictures
dude
don't even do justice. That
no.
Oh, I'm
thing,
sure.
and it's right on the Fall River. That's the Fall River behind it.
Let's
And
see.
then you
Where's
got
a good?
the New Bedford Armory is right next door too, and looks identical to that place, dude.
There's
If
one
not,
right next to it.
well, in the next town over, yeah,
Next
like
town over. Okay.
two towns over in New Bedford, yeah,
So this is a Native American right here.
yeah. I don't know if it's the Massachusetts state seal. It's just it looks a little different than it normally does. Maybe it is,
That
Yeah,
one
but
picture
like
showed all the copper around the top of that thing. It looks like castle,
look
like
right
around.
Gorilla
here.
Castle.
Yeah,
Hmm
what
And
is
look
up
at
there?
the thin windows, man, for archers.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
right.
hmm
But yeah, that's the wild part. Is like half of these structures they'll tell you straight up it were never used for as a defensive building,
Yeah, this
like the
is
New
just
Bedford Armory, for
ridiculous.
instance. I know they said that.
You always know when you see these old photos and they have these vines going up it, they just look so much older than than they say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing was wild.
Is this the inside?
We
I
didn't
guess
get
What?
to go in because it was all locked up and abandoned.
Look
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
staircase.
Whoa.
Why would it? Why would
Wow.
that be an armory?
Huh.
It doesn't. Yeah, come on
Dude,
now.
look at the woodworking going on those
Yeah,
railings. Like
yeah.
that would take
Insane.
forever.
It's
That would
so.
take forever.
By
Exactly.
by
And the
It
hand.
walls
would.
are legit like 8 feet thick or something, weren't they, Rob? They were huge.
Oh,
Those
dude,
huge
yeah.
stone
All those,
blocks.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And like you can
They look
clearly
like
see
they
so
should
much is
be.
buried underground. Like, yeah. All those armories, man. Like, do they have those? They have a lot of those in Texas, Logan,
We don't. We don't have a whole lot. Y'all, because I think it's more of a northeastern thing. Actually, no, it's
which is
not
weird, right?
because
Isn't that
Tacoma
fucking weird?
has one.
Like,
Tacoma
we have
has
them
one
all
too.
over,
That
all over
thing's
the
Yeah.
place.
wild. That thing's wild.
Y'all's are, yeah. I mean, if we do, I don't really, they're not anything to look at too much. I'm trying to think off the top of
Like
my
you'll have,
head,
we'll
but
have like one town to the next town to the next town to the next town. We'll have them. Like in,
like New
oh,
York's it's just it's so retarded. It just
What
sticks
about the
out.
one I showed you today, Sammy?
What's that?
Just
The New York State
Tacomas.
Military Museum in Saratoga.
Yeah, dude. Well, I drove by it once when I was in a work truck, and I barely got to look at it, so I recognized it. But yeah, it's totally just out of place. Totally out
Can,
of place.
can you pull that up real quick, Logan?
Yeah, of course. This is Tacoma's, by the way, right here, their
Dude,
armory,
that's
and then
wild.
this is their courthouse right there,
huh.
and that was built in the 1890s. Okay, so let's see, where are we going?
The New York State Military Museum in
New
Saratoga.
York State Military Museum in Saratoga. There it is. Oh, come on. I hate when this happens. It goes to freaking AI, whatever the AI is for this. Okay.
Fuck
New
the
York.
robots.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Dude, please stop. Please stop. York State Museum,
A military museum.
Military Museum. Already forgot.
No, you're good, bro.
To go back to the cartoon idea from earlier, I wanna get,
I even thinking
I
about
want to
it.
narrate one. I want to have one drawn of me arguing with Alexa, my Alexa, or my Chat GPT. Like, because I
Yeah,
have some
right.
like amazing back and forth with her sometimes. That would be
Man,
hilarious.
you would be the star of the show on this. Like it would, my character wouldn't even be even funny compared to yours as a cartoon character.
I'm picturing like a Rugrats looking like cartoon for us all. Like that's
Oh
kind of what I'm thinking,
wow.
Oh
like that
yeah,
style.
I'm
buddy.
so down with Rugrats looking.
You know what I
Look
mean?
at this.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's a red brick castle, and that's in Saratoga. So that's Saratoga Springs, right in the city. That armory.
Mm,
All these armories were the same architect for the most part, built all of them across New York State.
Hmm.
wow.
But it's
That
like
is
that's old
nuts.
red brick. It looks like a Templar brick structure to me,
It
or
it
you
looks
know.
like
Hmm.
I mean, there's I've found a lot of articles in Wisconsin finding all these red brick walls and red brick windows, I mean windows, structures, and the article was saying like these bricks are you cannot break them. Like
Hmm.
they're way better than what we make, which I mean, of course, but it's interesting.
I think
There's
there's
a
more to it too than just the strength too. I think
What is
there's
this
something
one?
else about him, like that was
There
different.
is.
Like,
Yeah, and they said they said it kind of had like gaps in it. Like it wasn't like I forgot what they were saying, but and they said that it was hay and mud and this and that, but there's obviously more to it.
hmm
a lot
Okay.
of these different places. They had their own brick kilns too back in the day.
Yeah, you
Like a,
mentioned that before, Lance.
mm-hmm.
Well, I remember like there was a place in Plymouth that like was down the street from my father's house that was called Cordage Park because it was an old rope factory. Cordage Park, guys, so you guys can understand what I'm saying.
Portage.
Now I
Yeah,
heard you.
There's an R
yeah,
in it, right?
yep, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they made rope, and it was a rope factory, and it was massive brick buildings, and they tore it down. It's now luxury apartments, and but when they tore it down, I was still a kid, and it was a big deal. Like everybody went there to try to get the bricks that they demolished like from the building, like because
Really
they were like collector's items. They had like specific seals from a specific like company or something on them that were valuable, I guess. Yeah,
interesting.
They all used
yeah,
to have like a maker's mark on them.
yeah. Basically, yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Yeah,
Stamp. They
you're
a
right.
lot of
Oh,
those old
stamp.
bricks. A lot of the old bricks had stamps on them. Yeah,
The
of
ones
some
in the
sort.
road, like, road like Charleston, their roads were brick and had little stamps on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. Here's one of the first ones that I found articles that I was looking at. This is in Wisconsin. Upon the banks of Crawfish, there remained, I think that's a river, some years since portions of a wall of brick made of reddish clay mixed with straw and sunburnt like the bricks made by the Israelites of old. Portions of the wall are now in possession of a gentleman of matter. But I mean, there's so many of these articles Aztlan, what's that? In Wisconsin. Well, how do you say it? It's right there.
Can't stay
Aztlan.
on.
Azation?
Yeah,
No, it's
Zation.
where, it sounds like the
I'm not sure.
at at
Azatlan? Azatlan?
Atlan as
Is that one?
yeah, well, we're just all butchering it, aren't
Yeah.
Yep.
we?
That one?
But yeah, this is like a,
Never seen that.
an old you haven't
Is it
um
Otzlin? Is it
uh,
An Otzon?
Aztalan, and it sounds like the um, the Mexico Indians. Why am I
The
forgetting
Aztec?
that
The
too?
Aztec.
Yeah, thank you. Jesus Christ.
I know that one.
Yeah, it sounds like they're where they say they came from, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
It sounds like exactly like it really, but of course, this is all you see today, but they've found a ton of red brick, walls and buildings underneath here, and that's probably what these,
Yeah,
these
no, that makes sense.
mounds are.
Land of the Aztecs. I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
But
Logan, I just want to give you some props too, bro. You do amazing research,
thank you,
and
bud.
Mm-hmm.
all the everything that you look into, and all the information that you pull up, and we all
Thank you.
appreciate you. I went down
Thank you, man.
a rabbit hole of your videos, listening to them.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because
you
I've been
commented a bunch. It'll be like a couple of them together. That's what I do too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for
driving
sure.
around so much, I don't get time to scroll, but I can plug in and just listen to stuff.
Yeah,
Listen to y'all talking, and I just want to let you know, dude, like you're top notch, Logan, top
appreciate it.
notch,
Appreciate
absolutely,
it.
bro.
We've got a good team here. We got a good team, and it's funny to think that, now, I would be referred to as a researcher. Like if you were to tell 10 years ago me, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like there's no way, but this community has opened up things that we didn't know we had,
Mm-hmm.
in ourselves. So I appreciate that. And I'm watching y'all's moves too, and very, very impressed with everybody's work. And it's all different work too. Like all four of us, we have different, different ways of doing things, like we said, but
Mm-hmm.
different videos, completely different videos. But let's see who's in the chat. We'll go ahead and end on that. I can hear some yelling going on in the background. So um,
Yeah, the Pats I think are playing soon too, right? What time is it?
Eight
are they
36.
playing?
Yeah, they got the
Oh, that's right.
Wildcat. Is it the Wildcat
Playoffs.
game tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rigged. No, I'm just playing.
Rigged, agreed.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
I'm not, but I am. Amy, thank you for staying. Jen,
Oh, thank
Jessica,
you, Amy, as
Shepard,
always.
Much love, Jess.
Raylene.
Much
Thank
love,
you
Amy.
guys so much for sticking around. Y'all are the day ones. Y'all are on the team, the squad. Y'all are the tribe, baby. Y'all vibe with the tribe all the time, and we
Mm-hmm.
really appreciate y'all. Y'all are the reason why we keep going, and it truly is. The comments that everybody leaves down below my videos, all the positive stuff that I get motivates me, because some days I don't want to freaking film my face talking to it. I don't want to, like there's just some days you just don't want to do that. You're not feeling it. And
Mm-hmm.
when those days you're not feeling it because the video just turns out like crap and you just start it over again. But y'all keep it going for sure. I know they can all say it's the same thing for them. Y'all want to tag your stuff towards the end here, Lance? You want to go ahead and pop it off?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks again to all three of you fellas, and thank you, Logan, for keeping this going,
Thank y'all.
bro. And it's a great time. Looking forward to more adventures with everybody.
Yeah.
Lancelot, Lance from Upstate. You can find me on all social media platforms. Lance from Upstate. We'll be launching a podcast really soon. Sammy
Yeah.
knows, but I just actually I have I'm on the road quite a bit, but I have a studio space now, so I'm gonna have like an actual little home base where I can do
Badass.
some interviews and stuff. So it's
Nice.
pretty cool, pretty exciting. But I love y'all, and I appreciate you very much. And thank you to everybody watching on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. We love you too, Lance. Sammy, you want
Yeah,
to go
yeah.
ahead and kick it?
Certainly. Thank you, man. First of all, thank you for having me, guys. Batman, Lance, Logan, you guys always teach me something new. The Tesla stuff tonight, that was technology I haven't heard of
Yeah.
that was from Tesla, so that's really cool. I'm Sammy the Kid with Food Shelter Water on YouTube, nomadsoldierarmy.com, flat earther and a truth seeker like these guys, man. So thanks for having me again, man.
And fuck the robots.
Yep, fuck the robots. Yep.
Batman Rob 25. You know, I'm kind of
Dude,
mad you changed it because
that
I
doesn't even
remembered
sound
the
right.
four ends every time I did your name. I now finally figured that figured it out that there was
No, it
four
didn't even
ends.
sound right when you just said
Yeah.
that, Logan. To be honest, like I
What's
gotta get
that?
used to it. It didn't even
Yeah,
sound. It didn't sound
your
right to
name.
me. But
Yeah.
for the record, the I'm Batman came from the movie Neighbors. That's where I was going with that. That's what the
Okay.
reference was. Like if
Yeah,
you remember
neighbors.
Zac Efron and Seth Rogen going back and forth was I'm
Yeah.
Batman. No, I'm
Yeah,
Batman.
I do. I forgot about that movie.
That's where that came from. But
Cool.
anyway, yeah. So now it's Batman Rob 25 on TikTok and soon to be on YouTube and Facebook as well. I'm Batman still on both of those platforms. But I do the vibe with the tribe. We've been doing this weekly for several months now, which is wild to think about. That I actually was consistent with something for that long. But but no, for real,
Yeah, right.
it's been really fun. I learned something new from all you guys. Appreciate you, Logan, the research and the work you put into putting on the show. Lance and Sammy, you guys, you're my brothers, and I can't wait to do some more adventuring with you guys, and look forward to a lot more of these, man.
Cool. That's a good way. Hey, smooth ending right there, Rob. Smooth ending. All right, we love y'all. We'll be back. We might be back next weekend. We don't ever know. So, but I will definitely give y'all a heads up a day or two before, hopefully. But y'all still been showing up. I mean, today, Rob put out something and people still, showed. Yeah, I guess you put it out about noon, but I think
Mhm.
people know that we're gonna try to do it every Sunday, so they're
I
watching
tried to
out
put it
for
out
it.
at 8:30.
God, dude.
That's when I
TikTok.
posted that. That's when I posted that video. But yeah, sorry.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's
Mm,
messed up. All right, we love
mhm.
you guys. Y'all have a good night.
There you guys.
Great
Hey
night,
guys,
y'all.
peace out.
Boom. Thanks, guys.
No,
Thank you,
thank you,
Grant.
Logan.
Yeah,
Thank you very
appreciate it.
much, bro.
It's nice. These all get, better and better, and they're not the same. Like I feel like the flows are different, and like the last one we did was really more upbeat and energetic, and this one was more chill and mellow, and I I,
Yep.
I like it. We got a good thing going on, and thanks for the nice words, guys. I
We
really
were feeling
appreciate
off
that.
each other. We're feeling off each other's vibe, man.
Yeah, dude. Filling each
Everybody,
other off. Wait, what?
everybody was chilling tonight for real.
Yeah.
I felt
Chilling.
that too.
Yeah, maybe too much. I thought Sammy was gonna go to sleep on me for a little bit.
Mhm.
No, yeah, no, I had
You're
something
good, bro.
outside my truck. I was zoning off a little bit, but yeah, no, thanks for having us, Logan. Always
Yeah,
a
of
really
course.
cool.
Of
You had
course.
some really cool. Those Tesla articles are freaking cool, man.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
you can go get them I was saying climateviewer.com. He's got them on there. And there's way more, way more. So go check it out. The guy's name is Jim Lee. I know I've said it 100 times, but yeah.
No, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'll be back down a rabbit hole with your stuff, Logan. Same thing with you, Rob,
back at y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Back at y'all.
No,
Okay,
I
well,
love I pick up something new from every one of you guys every show, so I appreciate it.
for sure. For sure. All sorts of weird shit too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
shillelagh. So the shillelagh, dude, Irish stick fighting.
Yeah,
Irish
Yo,
that's
stick.
that was
It,
new.
and so
it's
Yeah.
literally when you sent that, like I was saying in the group chat, bro, like I was gonna
mm,
ask you because I want to make a shillelagh or grounding stick, just like Gandalf, dude. And that's what I
Yeah,
want to because
dude.
you stabilize yourself when you're walking with a grounding
I
stick.
knew you wanted the Gandalf one, bro. So like when you said that like you wanted one like me, I was like, oh, I was gonna respond by being like, oh, I kind of pictured you with one with like
Hell yeah,
Gandalf.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, with
That was literally gonna be my response. That's too
like
no
a
fucked up.
crystal
kidding.
ball at the end of
But
it.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'll fashion you one up, dude. I got some like special tree branches out here I've been saving for some. I love building stuff like that, like out of stuff like that.
Bro,
And
I was
Rob,
gonna
just
text you about that,
yeah,
dude. It's
man.
so wild.
Like I got an awesome it's gonna be I'm not even sure what kind of oak it is. It's like striped with red. But it's cool, really cool looking that I got from Walston Cemetery in Quincy. That I've been waiting to build a big staff with. So that would actually be perfect.
That's
And
perfect, dude.
that was why I asked you two guys the other day, like why I asked the class what your Celtic warrior like weapon
Yeah,
of choice would have
the
been.
class.
Like
That's great.
because I'll spin you one up, dude. I made out of some
I
some
want you to.
local. local wood. What is you got? Tell me what you want. Do you want a
Well, I want a
sword? Do you want
walking
a
stick,
you
dude. That's like
you want a shillelagh?
yeah, but I'm 6'4", so maybe a little longer than.
Yep. You want to
Yeah,
a perfect shillelagh length is supposed to be like elbow slightly bent. They
perfect,
say.
dude.
But they
Perfect.
also made like straight up club ones that like you had like a rope around your wrist that you just like
Yeah, I've
that
seen
hung from your
those.
wrist. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I've
honestly,
seen
and I
them.
want to use it for defense because that's where it
Hmm.
really came from.
Hell
Is
yeah.
that when it's an Irish martial art. I never knew they had Irish martial
I
Really?
didn't
arts, but
either.
yeah, but it's I called Irish stick fighting. And when they were disarmed by the same British Roman Empire, they all started carrying around sticks so they could defend themselves.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's all that what thornwood, the
Yeah,
thornwood.
yeah, yeah. Black thornwood is what
Hmm.
they made like the originals. That and oak were what they made them out of.
Yeah.
But the
So,
black thornwood's what they're known for.
real quick, I guess we're still on YouTube Live
Oh, are
because,
we? Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
I didn't. Well, so I stopped the recording on Zoom, but I guess that doesn't stop it over here. I don't really
Oh,
know.
okay, yeah,
So,
all right.
what's
I don't
up,
think we didn't say
dogs?
anything offensive. I
Yeah,
don't think, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
man, those guys are weird.
yeah, yeah.